You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, let's talk about the Cleveland Browns, more specifically the quarterback situation, and a little bit, we've got a video about that new stadium and what's going on there, and something being pointed out that Myles Garrett did not come for the unveiling of that as the face of the franchise. And it's my understanding, what I'm hearing, he's never met Todd Monken still. What is going on with the Myles Garrett situation? That could be a whole video in itself. Something is going on there. What it is, I don't know. But I'm starting to wonder. Remember, they made the adjustment in the contract. A post-June 1 trade is in play, folks. I mean, there's no way it's not. You've got a brand new coach, brand new DC, and you've been in Cleveland? No, still hadn't engaged. Came into town and left. You don't come to the essentially the breaking of the news of the new ceremony. Roger Goodell's there and the coach and every Denzel Ward showed up. I mean, no. Interesting. Let's start here before we get to Todd Monken's interview on the Fan in Cleveland, because you got a lot of fans that are trying to take victory laps because they're wanting to shit on Mary Kay Cabot. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the media. Guys, I cannot convince you that these especially these local beat reporters are carrying water for the team. They put this stuff out there and let the media take the heat for it. But that's all right. That's all right. People don't buy that, so that's fine. Tony Grossi on this, Deshaun Watson is the leader in the clubhouse right now. The fact is, the Browns have been conditioning fans to accept the possibility, if not the inevitability, of Deshaun Watson returning to the field in 2026. It started last year when they cleared him to practice for 3 weeks in December, the first time he joined teammates on the field since his second Achilles tendon surgery in January of 2025. Then in March, owner Jimmy Haslam said Deshaun has a great chance, a fresh start with an offensive-minded coach who has, in his past, been able to work with all kinds of different quarterbacks, make him successful. So Deshaun has a great chance to do that now. Let's see what Deshaun could do. We're excited. Todd Monken came out. You see that right there. Would love to name a QB before training camp. I'm not there yet. A lot of people doing the victory laps. We'll see there. Mary Kay didn't know what she was talking about. Again, I'd rather see Shedeur start than Deshaun. You guys know I'm out on Deshaun Watson. I'm out. I've been out for years now. I mean, no real NFL fan. I can't imagine an NFL fan wanting to see Deshaun Watson on the field ever again after all the indiscretions he's had. But they put that out there and let the media put it out there because the blowback goes back on who? The media, not the club. They gauge the response of the fandom, and then they go on shows and they're able to basically not give you anything, which is sort of what I figured would happen. No, Todd Monken wasn't going to name a quarterback during this interview.
So I want to, again, clarify, and I think you've said this before, you do want to have a starting quarterback on your team that you know is on your depth chart, number one, before training camp, correct?
Would love to.
Okay, you would love to. You're not necessarily stuck in cement on that idea then.
Well, I would love to have that. I'm not there yet, so I can't say that. We've been on the field 3 practices, which was awesome. and to get out there with our players. I was talking to Carson yesterday. He said, feels so weird that we got from phase one to get on the field, and then now we're back off for 3 weeks. But it's always changing based on what you see. I don't have a history with any of our players. I know where this is heading. But I don't have a history with any of the players. They're all external to me, just like when I interviewed coaches for the coordinator position.
Guys, he just told you. I ain't worried about the bad history of Deshaun Watson. I don't even know him. He's just a quarterback to me. No baggage as far as he's concerned.
There was no internal candidates. I wasn't here. They're all external to me. So all the players are external other than Tylan Wallace, who was with us. So at the point is, what I've seen after 3 days, okay, that gives us a little bit of a 40,000-foot view of where we're at, but that can change. Heck, once we get back on the field for 4 weeks at the end of this spring, we'll have a better idea then. But there's only so many reps you get. You've got to start to target towards who's going to start opening day. And now that can still change. And that can change even if someone's getting 2/3 of the rep to someone getting 1/3 of the reps. Because you're still going to play preseason games. You're still going to want to see those guys at quarterback and see how they play.
Okay. There was even more.
Why is it important for the rest of the team to figure out who that guy is before training camp actually starts?
I think you're talking about our players. Mm-hmm. I think it's important for them to have an idea of the identity of the team and have a belief in whoever that is. Ultimately, the ball's in that player's hands every down. So, and you're going to come down to 4-minute, 2-minute end of game scenarios. You have close games every week, a belief system that this guy's going to take us to the promised land, which is starting with a winning team, winning the division, right? Winning a Super Bowl, all of those things. I don't think players care. I just think they want to know who's going to give us the best chance to win. Who do we believe in that's going to give us the best chance to win? Because through all the money and all of that, there's nothing like the feeling in the locker room when you win. And I think that's what players still crave, to be a part of winning and to be able to wear your Browns gear with pride. Hey, I'm a Cleveland Brown.
Okay. So he's saying, hey, we haven't made a decision yet, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't mean that he doesn't already have a guy in his head that he thinks is leading the pack. That doesn't mean the guy's going to ultimately win the job. But my guess would be they watched the social media meltdown, and now they're trying to be a little bit more politically correct. Because what are the fans going to do if the Browns just come out and they're like, it's Deshaun Watson? Because that's where you're headed, I think. I don't want to see it. A lot of people don't want to see it. You're just going to, go scorched earth. There's nothing you can do about it. Tony Grossi.
Shedeur, don't. They will in a couple of years.
Yeah. If you had to handicap it now, Watson has taken the lead, correct?
Sure. He's the first out of the gate.
Yeah.
And I think that's only natural because this is a mental, until they got in the field, it was a mental competition. And he's got loads of experience to absorb the playbook and to change systems and to adapt to new language in the playbook. That Dylan, Gabriel, and Shedeur don't. They will in a couple of years have that same skill. But it's only natural. And if he's totally healthy, Watson's a better athlete than either of them.
Okay. He's just coming out and saying, hey, Deshaun Watson's been through all of these training camps, et cetera, in his past. So he's going to have a leg up over the lesser experienced quarterbacks. That's a fact. That's true. I mean, you can think these guys have got agendas, and a lot of people in the media do have agendas. But that is a fact. You're going to have a leg up. Now, occasionally you're going to have some phenom come in. If it's somebody like a Patrick Mahomes and, they start throwing the ball around and Alex Smith is there and everybody watching it's going, holy shit, look at this rookie. They automatically know, okay, that dude's got transcendent talent. But, when you're just talking about 3 guys, and that's what the Browns got right now. Their guys probably coming in the draft next year. It is what it is. Adam Schefter put this out. This is a look at the new stadium. All right. And evidently PSLs there are going to be flipping out of control. So Tony Grossi was at the groundbreaking ceremony right there. There's Goodell, Andros Siciliano's right there. Jimmy Haslam's down at the end. Goodell. So Grossi was there, and he did say conspicuously absent from the jubilant proceedings was the NFL's best player and face of the franchise, one Myles Garrett. Todd Monken was there, Denzel Ward, Carson Schlesinger, Andrew Berry, the Haslam family. Wow, Joe Thomas was there, Bernie Kosar, but not Myles Garrett. That is rather interesting. That is rather interesting. The only problem is the longer this goes on, the destinations get smaller. I mean, I don't know after Dallas's draft, and that would be the spot I would have thought would have been the most interesting. Unless they're planning to send a player back, where would he go now? I mean, you might have to. I could see Kansas City trying to get in on him, Buffalo trying to get in on him, but if you wanted to send him out of conference, the Eagles would be the other logical place besides Dallas. There, I could see that. Interesting. I don't know. I think that's odd that there's just been no real contact from Myles and the Browns and a new coach and a new DC. Why would that be? Why would he? I mean, that is purposely not making contact. I think there's a story none of us knows about when it comes to Myles Garrett. Like, I wonder if he's being shopped right now and nobody knows it. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.